guys, and welcome to another episode of Real Anarchy. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notified every time we upload videos. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded anything. It's the holiday season. I was sick for the holidays. A lot of things going on, but hey guys, I'm back and I'm gonna be more busy, I guess. All right, so make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit that bell button so that way you get notified every time we upload videos. The best way that you can help out the channel, hitting the thumbs up or leave a comment in the comment section. And today I'm going to be talking about the numbers. Yes, there is some numbers that were released. There were some numbers that were released sometime this week. Actually, it was yesterday, the 5th, on Variety put out a report about the numbers from HBO Max. HBO Max, you know, they have been very coy about the information that they release about the numbers. They were the first and the only one to do the day-and-day release, and the whole purpose of them putting that day-and-day release was to grow that brand, that HBO Max brand, and they wanted to establish themselves as a competitor on the streaming service by creating by taking advantage of what was going on with the pandemic, where people were apprehensive about going to the movie theaters. So they decided to put the entire slate of 2021 on movie theaters and together at the same time on HBO Max. And it looks like it paid off. That was Jason Killer's idea to do that, which he took a lot of heat for. A lot of people weren't happy. Denis Villeneuve was one of them, was a vocal piece. There was the mouthpiece for every director who didn't want to do this, because not everybody was so openly against it as he was, and he has his own personal reasons, because Dune was one of those movies that you want to experience in the movie theaters, and I agree with him. This was one of the movies that I went to the movie theaters to see, because I wanted to get that movie experience. And then I came home and I watched it, and that was one of the benefits or the biggest benefit that you had whenever you had this day-and-day release, where you can go to watch it in the movie theaters, get the theater experience, and then come back home, sort of dissect it, which I do. I watched the movie probably easily 10 times after I watched it in the movie theater. So this was a piece that was put out today. I want to talk about this. And the thing is that the numbers about every movie that has come out on HBO Max hasn't been clear-cut. HBO Max has not been forthcoming with releasing that information, and the most notorious one was the one about Zack Snyder Justice League, because we were waiting for this movie to make to be a success, and there's plenty of data out there that does reveal that that movie was a success worldwide, and it was also very instrumental to get people sign up into the streaming service. All right, so let's go over this piece that was released by Variety, and I'm sorry, I'm still coming off what's going around. All right, so Warner Media shared updated subscriber numbers Wednesday for HBO Max and HBO and HBO Max, noting that the 73.8 million total exceeded internal projections for 2021. CEO Jason Killer credited his controversial decision to debut Warner Brothers' entire 2021 film slate in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously. That was a ballsy idea, which didn't give him a lot of fans. While the company stopped short of sharing any numbers on how specific movies perform, data from Connected TV Analytics Film Samba TV gives a sense of how the titles fare on streaming services. Okay, so Samba TV, that is something that we've seen before. This was from Samba TV. They already released some numbers a while back, especially when this Zack Snyder Justice League movie came out. Everybody was eager to get those numbers and to see what was going on, and they were the first one to release that information. Again, a couple of weeks back, there was some stuff that was released that gave more in-depth detail of how much viewership the streaming service received from that movie. All right, so in the US, the viewership, it looks like Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat are the two top winners, and surprisingly, The Matrix Resurrection, which was the last movie to come out on the day release has 2.8 million. So I think that Matrix Resurrections might exist, might live after all on HBO Max. I think that's a good thing that this movie performed so well on the streaming platform. The thing is that these companies are very concerned about new subscribers and low churning rate. Churning, if you're not familiar with that term, is when people sign up for the service and then usually the service after they finish watching a TV series, which was like, it happened big time when Game of Thrones left HBO. Once it left, the series ended, I think they lost about 9 million subscribers. That's a huge amount of subscribers to lose over one show. So the streaming services are constantly giving you new shows, movies, and things of that nature, and to keep you engaged and keep you on the platform. That's why Jason Kilar pulled the plug and said, hey, you know what, let's put out this entire slate on dual release, so that way people that cannot go to the movie theaters or feel uncomfortable about going to movie theaters can go and watch it at home, and at the same time we gain a sizable amount of subscribers. All right, so let me see what else says. Launching on December 22nd, The Matrix Resurrection was viewed on HBO Max by 2 million US households during the Wednesday's that's true, it released on a Wednesday. On Wednesday through Sunday period following its debut. The total falls short of the 3.6 household view by Godzilla vs. Kong during the Wednesday to Sunday. Did Godzilla? I don't remember. Anyway, well, I'm sure they're not lying. Following its debut, Godzilla vs. in the Matrix were the only two 2021 Warner Brothers films that released on a Wednesday. Oh, okay. So Samba TV collects viewership data through proprietary content recognition technology and opt-in smart TVs, and through partnership with cable TV providers. Samba uses its data set to estimate how, it's an estimate number, it's not accurate number. Estimate household TV viewership, but does not estimate viewership on devices other than TV and okay, so it's not even counting the phones, because a lot of people watch their stuff on the phones and also iPads. Okay, panel members must watch a title for at least 5 minutes. See, that's another thing, because every streaming service has a different method to capture your viewing time. What counts as a view? It looks like whatever is the Samba TV is capturing this information is based on 5 minutes of viewing time. So if you put on the TV credits, it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes into the movie, and you probably not even into it, it's counted as a view. And that is that varies between streaming platform. Maybe I believe Netflix has a whole different format. I think Hulu has a whole different format. Even YouTube has a different format. What counts as a view. So that's always fascinating to see that. Well, I guess this service is taking 5 minutes into account, so this number can be inflated if then the viewership, the time, how long you spend watching the TV show or the movie is reduced. So if it's reduced by half, then you have twice the numbers. Okay. Of the films that drop on Fridays, which was the majority of Warner Brothers 2021 slate, Mortal Kombat by far had the highest opening weekend viewership on HBO Max for Samba TV. I don't know, that movie sucked so bad. How could that movie perform so well? That's a befuddling thing to me. I guess because it has a built-in crowd, the gamers, the nostalgia, the old people that watch the original. Could be, I'm not entirely sure, but it was always surprising to me that movie performed so damn well on the platform. All right, so and of Warner Brothers film dropping on Thursday, Suicide Squad was viewed by most of U.S. households during the Thursday, Sunday through Sunday period following its debut. That movie, I'm glad that's one of those movies that I was gonna go to the movie theaters. I'm glad I couldn't find a sitter because I didn't enjoy that movie. I thought as much I thought I would. All right, so the numbers of movies theaters open on COVID cases throughout the year likely play a role. Of course they did. In HBO Max opening weekend viewership numbers viewership numbers. For example, New York movie theaters weren't allowed to open at a reduced capacity until March 2021. By May, still only open at a 30% capacity. Really? I thought it was before that. Could be wrong too. All right. So tightening restrictions in the first half of 2021 will explain why certain films like Godzilla vs. Kong and Mortal Kombat, because less people were freaking going to the movie theaters, of course. So it would make total sense. And those were, something like Godzilla vs. Kong, that was a movie that was delayed and was like the trailers were bananas. So there was a lot of hype surrounding that movie. Even the Mortal Kombat trailers, they were pretty good. They were very deceiving of telling you how bad that movie was. So they did a good job, whoever cut those trailers. Mortal Kombat were able to rack up such big opening weekend viewership numbers. It was more appealing for some consumers to view the film on SVOD than in theaters. All right, the aggressive day-and-day strategy internally known as Project Popcorn. Oh, that's what they call it. I didn't even know that. was undertaken with the goal of boosting HBO Max, of course, subscriptions in the midst. But that was always going to come at the expense of this. But that was always going to come at the expense of the slate of box office returns and cause considerable headaches for Jason Kilar. Of course it did. Sure, I think he cost him his job too, unfortunately, which I thought it was a really good idea at the time. And I know a lot of people still don't think it was a good idea because how poorly those movies perform in the movie theaters, even though I don't think that would make a difference. And during those days, no movie that came out during those days were gonna make the money that they're making now. Okay, because now things, even though Omicron, Unicron, whatever it is, Megatron, whatever you want to call that new variant, people are still kind of open to go to the movie theaters. I mean, look at Spider-Man No Way Home. That movie already made $1 billion and still making money. So people are more receptive to the idea. And not only that, they already know how this virus spreads. People are more self-aware and they know how to deal with this situation. Before, it was like the Wild West. Nobody knew anything about this disease. Nobody knew how to protect themselves. They were afraid. It was like the AIDS epidemic in the 80s. You didn't know what was gonna give it to you. And now people are more educated on the subject matter, and they are better protected. They know how to take care of themselves when they're in public settings or indoor settings. So people are more receptive to the idea of going to the movie theaters nowadays. Okay, so Jason Miller was widely criticized for the decision by various participants, including leading directors like Christopher Nolan. And your movie sucked, dude. And Denis Villeneuve, that movie rocked. So I could see why he wanted that. But on the basis of simply helping boost HBO Max subscriptions, Project Popcorn seems to succeeded. Yeah, it did. AT&T senior EVP and CFO Pascal Desrochi, I can't pronounce that. In April, say that the day-and-day film had a great catalyst for subscribers growth on HBO Max. Of course, it did. Whether they like the idea or not, that move made HBO Max what HBO Max is today. So I think they are like the third largest. By having that kind of subscriber count, they gotta be at least the third or fourth. I think it's third. It looks like that the day and day release, this thing worked for the streaming service. It actually paid dividends because it actually overperformed above what they already had predicted. So they have forecasted for roughly 67 to 70, and it just went way above what they had already intended. So that's a good thing for HBO Max. It places HBO Max as a third largest streaming service, which I'm sure that's what they wanted to position themselves in. They weren't gonna go. I never thought that they were gonna overtake Disney. Catalog is too extensive, and they are far more organized. Let's keep it 100. They are far more organized than Warner Brothers and whatever AT&T is doing with their movies and TV slates and all that stuff. All right, guys. So hopefully this kind of gave you a little insight on what's going on in the streaming services and how well the HBO Max brand is performing. There was one point that I thought that we're gonna rebrand their name is something else. I don't think that's gonna be. I don't think they're gonna do that, especially now that it's already becoming a well-known brand, being such a big player, and changing the name at this time probably is not the best thing for them to do. Even with the whole merger with Discovery, I think that changing the name would be a bad move at this point. And I think they're just gonna double down, or at least invest more in the idea on anything that has to do with the streaming service, to make sure that there's more growth and there's more subscribers, since they already lost that day and day release on the platform. Even though they implementing the 45-day window where movies are gonna come out in movie theaters, and then in 45 days it's gonna find its way into the streaming platform. I think the first one that's gonna do that is the Batman, which is gonna come out in March. 45 days later, it's gonna find itself on the platform. For those who want to wait, I'm not gonna wait. All right, guys. So leave a comment in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Till next time, guys. Make sure to hit that thumbs up.